Welcome to the Working on Fire TV News. My name is Andreline Killian, and this is what we have for you in this episode.
In the news this week, Mr. Nceba Ngcobo, Department of Environmental Affairs, shares with the Newlands team how EPWP beneficiaries' wages is established. 380 disaster management volunteers from the Uthugulu district municipality in KZN graduate.
Mr. Nceba Ngcobo of the Department of the Environmental Affairs explains the expanded public works program and how the wages of the EPWP beneficiaries is established at the Newlands base in the Western Cape.
Nceba Ngcobo, Director of Operations for the National Programs under the Environmental Programs of the Department of Environmental Affairs. He is responsible for the management of the Partnership of Isimangaliso, Eco-Furniture Programs, Military Veteran Affairs, Independent Development Trust, Sandparks, and Working on Fire. He has been with WOF since it started. He is a member of the WOF Oversight Committee, which monitors the implementation and expenses of the program, and was recently appointed to be a board member of the FFA operations representing DEA.
My name is Nceba Ngcobo. I'm with the Department of Environmental Affairs under the programs called environmental programs. We have a number of programs that we have in the department. One of them is the Working on Fire program, which I'm grateful to be sitting among the firefighters. The program started in 2003, whereupon we started with a small team, and it's one of the sister programs of the Working for Water, where we are trying to control the invasive alien plants in the country. Now, the Working for programs are EPWP programs, which emanated from the then Reconstruction Development programs, where we are trying to give employment to the unemployed, and our target mostly is the females and the youth.
Yeah, we are happy to be inside the program. Yeah, it's difficult outside there, but we feel welcome here. In everything we share as a team. As we can see, we're a team. But concerning the problem that we had was with the wages. The stipend that we get is very small. It's 86 rand. And then it's smaller than the pension. It's a little bit with the old people's pension. It's just a little bit with there. So as a youth, we've got a lot of challenges. Yeah, so we wanted you to address us. And then also we are very happy to see someone from Environmental Affairs here. Sometimes we do have some questions, but we don't know who to base it to.
Thanks, Violet, for the question. Let me just start by saying that, as we all know, that Working on Fire is a sister program of the Working for Water programs. Now, these programs are specifically designed to create job employment for the unemployed, and I think you've touched on that. And one of the things to make sure that the playing ground are leveled. Remember, I said it is an EPWP program, expanded public works program. We are governed by the Code of Good Practices within the Minister of Labour around to form the stipends or the wages. Now, as I said to you, as an EPWP program, we are allowed to give a certain stipends. This is to make sure that all other Working for programs are given the same. Whether you'll be a firefighter, whether you'll be a person working on the streets, like cleaning the roads, or whether you are one of our beneficiaries working in the field to control invasive alien plants. It's unfortunate that is what comes from our principles that we have to allow to give. I understand that you touch on the issue that the wages can be sometimes smaller than what the pensioner is getting, and you having challenges with that. Bearing in mind that we have a number of targets that we have to attain. Now, with this 86 rand or the wage that we are giving all beneficiaries, is to make sure that we can cover as much as possible. You'll understand, if you've got a small cake, you need to slice it as much as you can. So it's unfortunate that the results of that is that at least you've got many people that are employed, but even though many people might not be satisfied with the stipend they are getting. And I can also say that people of your latter here, we are so privileged that you've decided to join the program? Because out there is cold, as you said. So that's the only way that we can able to achieve as many people, to appoint many people as we can with the stipend that we're given. And it's governed by the Act in terms of that.
I've heard the explanation, but I would like to ask something more, because I understand that you have covered the issue of having many programs and you want to make more jobs for everyone and to satisfy everyone with the certain amount equally. According to my understanding, firefighting is a profession, so I don't know if you can compare firefighting like other jobs in terms of earning money or salary, because we are trained for this job, although we are trained by working on fire, but I think we should get more than those people who are working on this program also, because we are well trained. As we are well trained, we are working under a risk of fire, and there are many risks out there when we're fighting fires.
Okay, I understand your Muzi. I understand your sentiments around as a trained firefighter, but you know, colleagues, I call you colleagues because you are my colleagues. You'll understand in terms of the process that we have done, in terms of getting you here, the recruitment that we've done. We followed a certain process as prescribed by the EPWP. So and the EPWP, as code of good practices, guide us on that. We have also got security personnel that are also in EPWP. So we've got also people that are also looking at poaching, that are also paid at EPWP rate. So your case, as you're trained as a firefighter, the risk is as high as the other guys. You know, one of the things that you must be grateful at is that you are well trained. You know, and for that we are grateful that you stick to that. You know, but in terms of when you could not compare you as because you're a field firefighter compared to what is that you call a structural firefighter, because their way of recruiting is totally different to what we do in the program. So with your sentiments that you are saying in terms of that you feel like you are at a higher risk than in other people, it's understandable. But again, we would want as a program, as government, to employ as many people as possible.
I understand the principle and consequences that you are faced of providing everyone to cover that certain amount of number of, you said 6 million people who should be employed. Yes, yeah. But as you can hear that we are not satisfied. You think all that 6 million people will be okay with the money you are providing them, although they will be happy to having these jobs, but they are not satisfied. As we are not satisfied, what can you do for us in order to be satisfied? Because really the salary we are getting is too insufficient.
The training that you guys are getting, remember guys, EPWP, it's supposed to be a stepping stone for you to, what I would like to say, go to the mainstream. Now, when you go to the mainstream, you compete just like in other people. You put your applications, you go for just like in other people that are doing. But again, even that mainstream is governed by certain principles, because I can guarantee you, once you go to the certain level of your NL bigger, you'll say, I think this again is still not satisfied. I'm not satisfied with what I'm getting. So this is just a stepping stone. Look at it as that you want to attain the training that you are getting, and then if you like, you know, to say, okay, I've got this training that I want to get, let me go to the mainstream, where probably you will not be graded as an EPWP. But for EPWP programs, as the funding is come from Public Works, yes, your concern is registered and it's understandable. However, within the constraints of the law, we can't grade firefighters much better than other way EPWP programs, as much as the risk that you're facing might be as higher than a person clearing invasive alien plants.
I heard what all this you said, sir. Okay. But my problem is that I would like to know if, like, those 6 million jobs we're talking about, is it sustainable jobs? Because as all of us here as firefighters, we want to sustain our job, we want to keep our job. That is why we come to you and try to talk to you about the money.
I want to also add a question with my colleague what he said. We will find out that there are a lot of public expenditure workers, which is others they are working for water, others they are working on the road. But you'll find out us we are not only protecting the fires, but we are protecting the nature, the plants and the animals, which is our job is more important, not in working on fire, but in the country, because there are a lot of guys which is they want to see in future the plants, also the animals.
Let me start by you, Chief, around the issue of 6 million sustainable jobs. Once you understand the EPWP, how does the EPWP works, expanded public works program, right? In Zulu they say uphuza uphume. You drink and then you leave. You understand? You know, when you just to give others a chance. So in this platform, the government is trying to create something on the on for you. So you know, you might look at, because of your insight, you are working as a firefighter, you are working as a field firefighter, you think that is nothing. You must also think of people that don't have an opportunity that you have. People that have got nothing, that are on the streets every day looking for a job, that have no cent or nothing, that people that will also think of what will I eat by the end of the day, you know. So you learn to, like I would say, be a little bit of, give yourself a tap on the back that we are within the program and you are working hard in order for you to go to the next level. Now, the only way that we can talk about sustainable jobs is this phenomenon I'm explaining around the issue of, if you've got limited budget, how you can make sure that you can spread amongst you. Because it's no use of, if I have 100 rand and you say you must be paid 20 rand and I'm saying 10 rand. You know, if I say 20 rand, I'll cover a few people, but if I say 10 rand, I'll cover many people.
Once again, yes, ma'am, I understand all the what you're saying to us now, but I think as all the firefighters, they don't need 1,000 plus from the amount that we're getting. At least 30 rand will help, because even after the fire season, the off season, it goes smaller than it was in the fire season. But the transport are going up.
It's unfortunate that much of the money needs to go to transport. That's not the idea, you know. But as much as possible, the surrounding areas, recruitment needs to be done there. Now, it's an advantage if you're coming far, but it's also a disadvantage, because where you're coming far, and the advantage is that there's no jobs there, but at least here there is. But then it goes to that level. And I can also tell you that every year there's an annual increment. One of the things that you need to understand, you know, I always say we are a master of your destiny. We are here to be given an opportunity. Now, it's for you to seize that opportunity and climb the ladder. Go for training. You go in and then you leave. So use that opportunity, guys. Take advantage of it. This program is unique in the world, by the way. Over 30% of we have female fighters in the program. It has never been done. Elsewhere, it's not done. When people come here and look at the program, Australians, Americans are looking at the program, wow, South Africa is unique. It's doing something, it's combining job creation and with the need, because you are doing integrated field fire management. You don't only do fire suppression, but you also do other things, prescribed burning, and so it's never been done. So you must be proud of that, that when history is written, who are you? Were you there? And then you say, yes, I was there, I was part of the firefighters. You must look at yourself and look at the opportunities the other person don't have. You know, you must always, don't look at yourself negatively, look at yourself on a positive side, because at least you've gone the further way to get where you are. So don't underestimate yourself to say you are here, you know, you are not being looked as you are as nothing. You are as important as any other person. but at least you've gone a step ahead because you've decided not to, what they call, you did not sit in the corner and then wait for someone to give you, but you went out and joined the Working on Fire program. Now guys, it's a challenge. You must get out and be better. That's all that I'm saying to you. The sky is the limit. So you can always set yourself up. But don't come here and say, I'll be the firefighter up until, what they say, up until the Working on Fire program close. Unfortunately, then you are in the wrong sector. Go, join here as an opportunity, step. You know, every day you must always say, I want to be better in what way? So this is an opportunity as a firefighter, then I want to be better in another way.
And you know, problem is that, yeah, like Uthugulu is going to do his speech. Minister going to do his speech stating, okay, WOF, I will give like Working on Fire this much. Like I'm just giving an example. Yes. Okay, I will give Working on Fire 20 million. So at the head office, how do you make sure that the 20 million do go to the beneficiaries? Right. And the portion, is it the beneficiaries portion, is it safe and is it a sustainable portion?
Every year we get what we call financial audit statements. A year. Ne? But my office does not only wait for that. It's an ongoing thing every month. Or we do random checks to check if, I don't know if an EPWP, sometimes I don't come, but independent people are coming from EPWP to say we want to go and look at this space. We want to go and look at this space, and then they will come, they want to check all those papers to look at the salaries. Are the salaries coinciding with what we report to them? Because everybody, you know, they always say someone is looking there, somebody is looking at me, somebody is looking. So it's a cascading thing. So I can assure you, everything is looked at. And if it's not, then somebody is doing something is not supposed to be doing. But I assure you, remember, our recruitment is not based, it's not like other structural firefighting. And again, I'm gonna challenge each one of you. This, you know, you are a master of your destiny. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying is that your today, your tomorrow is determined by yourself, not by me, not by government, not by your parent, but by yourself. So the issue of ABET centers, all that basic education training, you guys need to make sure that you register, and as she said, you need to speak to your social development officer and then make sure that you register so that you can get that grade 12. Now, the issue of balancing is kind of like I must go and ask them to lower the standard so that they can cater for my for my firefighters. Unfortunately, for them, they are not an EPWP. That's why their salaries are different. So I need to make sure that you get the tools that you need so that you can go in the mainstream to get what you talk about, the sustainable job. You know, so it's up to you guys to make sure that the opportunities that are there in the program, take advantage of. Go and look at the ABET centers so that you can make sure that you get your grade 12.
As firefighters from New Lanes, I like to thank Mr. Nceba Ngcobo for coming and explaining for us how does it work for our wages, and we get all the point, and we will try our best to improve ourselves and get a better jobs, not even somewhere else here in Working on Fire.
Kuthi nakwabo angakwazanga ukufika kubo suba nalo ncedo nathi sibaxelele ogqabethu esidibana nabo sibaxelele ba izinto zihamba kanjani, bangalahli ithemba, lisekhona ithuba nalapha Working on Fire, asekhona namathuba ngaphumelela if lapha Working on Fire. Jabulela.
Thank the crew for making sure that this happens. It's seldom that I get an opportunity to sit around the people that make the government to be good and to look good as it is. And I'm still saying to you guys, the sky is the limit. You always have to look at yourself. Where are you now? Where you come from, and what you want to achieve. And I want you to take advantage of the training that the program is offering you, and make sure that you become better. And I want to also thank you for being committed to the work that you do. And I want to assure you that the government or my principals are proud of the work that you are doing. Every day when we see yellow, we see our firefighters, we say salute, because you are doing a great job.
The long-term fire awareness partnership between Uthugulu District Municipality and the Working on Fire coming together in celebrating the graduation of the 380 disaster management volunteers.
Fire awareness is a vital component of integrated fire management, which is implemented by Working on Fire across the country. The Uthugulu District Municipality of KwaZulu-Natal, in partnership with Working on Fire, have actively been empowering communities to address their fire risk in this region during the month of July and August in 2014. A total of 380 volunteers from 5 different ward communities, namely Mzingazi, Sokhulu, Mzoza, Ndlabelandula and Okwazeni, have been trained on fire-safe workshops conducted by Working on Fire's Makosi Dladla, who is a community fire awareness officer in KwaZulu-Natal, together with the Kabonambi team. The team did fire awareness presentations, door-to-door campaigns, and fire reduction activities and fire breaks in these communities that are mostly in veld and forestry vegetation. The communities will be able to manage fires in their areas, assess and mitigate risks, draw and implement fire management plan for their communities, and they will be able to prepare for fire season in time. Volunteers of this initiative were celebrated during a graduation ceremony held at the Mbonambi Community Hall on the 5th of December 2014. One of the happy certificate recipient had this to say about the workshops.
I'm very happy about the certificate engitholile because we training besijabulele kakhulu the time ifika, so siyenzile yaqhubha kahle isikhathi isikhashanyana nje bese sinabo labaka fire basisizile ngokusiqashisa ngezinto ezithe mala nomlilo. I enjoyile because thina sisesebasha sisafuna umsebenzi.
The relationship with Uthugulu Disaster District started while I was a crew leader, and it has grown by the time I was an MCLO in 2010, because this is where I was able to introduce Working on Fire and what I do. Uthugulu Disaster District wrote the appreciation letter to Working on Fire, and the letter highlighted the good partnership and the good relationships. And with all the work that have been done with Uthugulu Disaster District, we are getting more new stakeholders now who would like to be on board to work with Working on Fire, because they've witnessed what we have done with the Uthugulu District.
The graduations were a great success.
We announced the winner of the WOF TV News Episode 34 competition. That's all that we have for you in this episode. If you have any news stories or event, please send it to your provincial communication officer. Till next time, goodbye.